Hi, Happy New Year, stepping into 2023. And I thought what I'd do here is just share a few of the key things that I learned actually last year in 2022. Some of the well-being discoveries that I made and the things that I'm going to be taking throughout this next year that will really help me and my midlife wellness, and hopefully will help you too. So one of the things I think you might have noticed if you've been following me on Instagram is that I love cold showers. Who knew? I've become addicted to them in the morning, so much so that actually if I forget, I have to jump back into the shower to do the cold bit at the end. Now I do about 60 seconds, so if I'm not feeling too brave, I don't actually step into a cold shower. I'll have my regular shower, wash my hair or whatever, and then just at the end, turn the temperature right down. And you don't have to start with it over your whole body. You can literally, if you've got a handheld shower, just start flicking it over your feet, up the legs, then do your arms sort of gingerly, and then the rest of the body. And one of the key places to do it, apparently, is right at the back of your neck here. So that kind of gives you that little micro stress, that little boost of cortisol that sets you up for the day. And what that's doing is it's sort of setting your whole circadian rhythm. And that's all to do with melatonin production and cortisol production. And we need the things that will energize us to get us started and give our immune system that little bit of a boost first thing. And then we need to be able to wind down later in the day and produce our melatonin that's going to give us a better night's sleep. So that's one really simple, free life hack that I am going to be carrying on. And I have actually extended that now to dipping in cold water whenever I can. So I don't live by the sea, I wish I did, but if I did, I would definitely be making sea swims a regular thing. Or if I live near a lake or whatever, then I might do some wild swimming. Obviously, always check out the safety of it. So I'm going to be doing a separate YouTube on that probably next week. So if you want to check that out, don't go wild swimming on your own. Do read up about it before you go. But if you've got the chance maybe to dip in something cold, it could be something simple as a cold bath. Just run the cold tap, just keep it going and just get in it for a little bit. If you look at the athletes, what they do for muscle recovery, people like Andy Murray, famous for sitting in ice baths, just filled with ice cubes after some kind of big tournament. And of course, then at the other end of the extreme scale, you've got things like cryotherapy, where you can go into a special chamber for a couple of minutes and actually have your body temperature dropped dramatically to like minus 130. The key thing I think to be aware of if you are doing any kind of cold water though is it does temporarily raise your blood pressure. So do bear that in mind and do check with your doctor or your healthcare provider if that might be an issue for you. But otherwise, the studies really show super helpful for mood lifting, depression, for giving our immune system a bit of a boost, and for helping us to sleep. So yeah, cold showers. Do you like cold showers? Pop me a comment, I'd love to hear. Talking about showers, this was another discovery that I made actually during this last year. And this is a lovely British beauty brand called Ebo, and they are shower steamers, because most of us, let's face it, don't have time to go and indulge in a lovely bath and a bath soak. So how do you transform your shower into something that's a little bit more exciting and a bit more of a kind of spa experience? Well, that was what the founder of this little British beauty brand decided to do, and she created these are shower steamers, and they dissolve in the shower. You just put one at the edge of the shower and the essential oils will just circulate within the shower, and they're surprisingly effective. You can get different versions. This one's Clarity, so it's lovely to use first thing in the morning. Oh, it smells really fresh. It's got peppermint and lavender, geranium. Oh, it's really good. Eucalyptus as well, so really good if you're feeling a bit cold or fluey at the moment. It says that you can use them just for one shower. I actually make mine last for 2 showers, so I just make sure the water doesn't go fully on it, and I find I can get 2 showers out of each one. There's also a nice one that you can use, I think it's called Serenity, which you can use before you go to bed. I'll make sure that we pop all the details, by the way, in the caption, so if you want to check the links. And most of these actually do have Liz Loves discounts, so that's really handy. So other things that I'm doing to kind of give me a bit of a boost, I have learned a lot more about ashwagandha, which is the adaptogenic herb, over the last year. You may have listened to various podcasts that I've done. This is a supplement called Superme, and it comes from Life Armor. I don't take this all the time, but when I'm in need of a boost, I do a course of these. So I'm doing this at the moment. This has got ashwagandha in it and alfalfa, passion flower, rhodiola, and a bit of magnesium. And this is all designed just to balance the body and to give you that bit of a lift. And I just feel that after Christmas and New Year, looking at adaptogenic herbs like ashwagandha could be really helpful. I rate this one. It's called Superme. That's the one that I'm taking at the moment. And the other British brand that I discovered last year is called Blooming Blends. Is that what they're called? Yeah, Blooming Blends. There we go. And this is a really nice little one. This is a herbal tincture. And obviously we've known about herbs for hundreds, if not thousands of years. And they've kind of come into their own now, I think, as we learn more scientifically about how they work. This one is called Energy, and you don't have to dilute them. You can just put like half a pipette under your tongue, like that. I did an Instagram live with the founder, if you want to check that out. And again, I'll put the link on that. But this has Siberian ginseng and oat straw and rosehip, and also a bit of ashwagandha and gotu kola as well. And it's designed to stimulate and energize the mind and the body. So there you go. I'm on that at the moment. Feeling pretty good, warding off all the lurgy that's around us at the moment. So many people going down with so many things. And actually one of the things that I have also become a big fan of, and I know it's expensive, tell me about it, I buy it, so I know it's costly, but it really works. And that's LeapFrog Immune. So this is lactoferrin. Lactoferrin has been shown to significantly improve the outcome if you have colds and flu. It can even stop them in their tracks in some cases. And you can take this all the time, or you can LeapFrog, which I guess is where the name LeapFrog Immune comes from. You can do it for a month on and a month off. So I always have these now in the house, and you know, with all my kids over Christmas all getting sick, this was the thing that I was giving them. And to be honest, I don't think we did that badly. I think that given what was going around, we did pretty well. I was snuffly for a couple of days. I took this and it didn't develop into anything. So it's got lactoferrin, zinc and vitamin C. And zinc, of course, we also know is really, really important. It's amazing for the immune system. It's something that we need to really supplement with, especially if our immune system is under attack. So LeapFrog Immune, you can just take one of these every day if you want to, or if you do feel that your body is really under attack, you can take a couple of them. You can take it preventatively, or you can take it, you know, at the first sign of some kind of sniffle. So that is what I have actually just gone back online and repurchased. We do have a 10% discount, so that helps a bit. The other thing that's become really important, I think, in my own household, and I hope yours as well, is vitamin D. So many studies came out in 2022 just reinforcing the fact that we need vitamin D, especially in Northern Europe. And one of the best brands that I've found is Better You. And the reason that I like them is that they make these sprays, which taste really good, and they're easily absorbed. So literally just spray it into your cheek. And again, I've done podcasts and Instagram lives with the founder of the company, and the scientific research is there that shows that this mucosal tissue inside our cheeks and under the tongue means that we can absorb so much more of our nutrients. I think they call it sublingually, where it just goes straight into the system rather than having to navigate its way through the gut and the digestive system. So this is the one that I use. It comes in a red bottle and it's called D3000 plus K2. And we do know that if you're taking vitamin D, take the D3 version, because there are different versions of vitamin D, and K2. Vitamin K helps with blood clotting, and it's also one of the factors that increases the bioabsorption and the availability of vitamin D. So if you're going to take it, you may as well take the best kind for its maximum absorption. One other thing that I take now also internally is my omega-3s. You know, there's no getting away from it. Omega-3s, your DHA, your EPA, unless you're eating oily fish every day, which I'm not. This is really, really important. It's very important for brain health as we age. We know there are lots of studies involving cognitive function, dementia, Alzheimer's. It's so good for mood. And again, this is a fantastic female founder, British brand, Bare Biology. And this is the one that I take. It's capsules, but you can also get liquids if you want. and it has really good levels of EPA and DHA, and it is very well balanced and very well tested for pesticide residues or contamination, which can be an issue, I think, particularly with some of the fish sources, depending on where they come from. So this is the one that I take. And interestingly, I'm just looking at the pack here, it contains fish oil, pure fish oil from sardine, anchovy and mackerel. Interesting, isn't it? So, and I remember speaking to the female founder about that, and she actually got into it because she discovered how helpful the omega-3s were for helping her after she had her baby and got really bad postnatal depression. And then she started looking at the role of omega-3s and depression and mental health, and that was her journey. Love talking to all these founders because you do hear the backstory. It's like the founder, Stephanie, of LeapFrog Immune. She's a journalist, and she was fed up with her young kids of always getting coughs and colds and of them coming home from nursery school and bringing back all the bugs. And her husband said to her, there's got to be a way that we can protect ourselves and improve our immune system. And lo and behold, she did a lot of research and she came across lactoferrin. And in fact, if you want to look it up, you can go to PubMed, which is the medical research independent website, which has a lot of peer-reviewed studies. And if you just type in lactoferrin, you will see the most amazing amount of data that supports it. So that is something evidence-based that I also really support. And then lastly, just a couple of fun things which I found to really help my face. One is this lovely brand called 35,000. Called 35,000 because it's developed to work at 35,000 feet. It's a female founder who travels a lot, long haul flights, and her skin really suffered, and she got to know a lot of flight crew and they tested this for her. She's had many people test it, and it's a very simple range, all designed to fit in cabin baggage. So if you are off out traveling again, or you just want something that's really compact. And I've got really addicted to this. It's called All in a Day Serum. And I've actually got it on my face at the moment. I haven't got any foundation on, I'm just using this. So that's, if you can see it, that's what it looks like. And it just evens out, whatever your skin tone is, it just gives you, I'll put a bit more on, just a little bit of coverage. And it also protects the skin. It's got an SPF, a high SPF, mineral SPF, I think it's a 30. And yeah, SPF 30. It's also got hyaluronic acid, so it's a serum that hydrates the skin and gives you that bit of coverage, just evens out imperfections. And I really like it. I really rate it. I think this is my third pump that I've been using this last year. So that's definitely going with me into the year ahead. And then lastly, something else. If you are feeling a bit under the weather or a bit jaded, this little thing is brilliant. This is from Studio 10, and it's a concealer. And if you look at it, it's got a concealer around the edge, and then in the middle, can you see that white bit? That's actually hyaluronic acid. So that's the same hydrating ingredient that you find in this serum. And it just means that when it goes on the skin, it just glides, so it doesn't dry the skin. And I think if you're anything like me and your skin as you've got older is getting drier, it means that you can use it, under the eyes, for example. This is where I use mine mostly to hide dark shadows. And it actually hydrates the skin as well as conceals. And then, I might just use it kind of almost as a little bit of foundation, just to even skin tone. And that's kind of it. And I really like it. And I love the fact that it's little pocket sized. And you get it in different skin tones. So check them out. That's Studio 10 Beauty. One nifty little thing. Anyway, what have you discovered these last 12 months? Have you loved anything in particular? Has anything that we've talked about here at Earle Wellbeing really sparked your imagination, or any healthy habits that you started last year that you're going to continue this year? Or maybe you've got things that you'd love to try, or things that are going to be ongoing. Pop them in the comments. I would love to hear. And of course, last but not least, this has to be the healthiest habit of all. This is our new look magazine, Earle Wellbeing. We've slightly tweaked it. As you can see, I've just changed the pillars up here. So it's longevity, all about living well for longer. Fitness, obviously really important to move the body. Beauty, nutrition, lifestyle, and purpose. Having that sense of purpose is really important. And ultimately, it's about having a better second half. So particularly for midlife women and beyond. If you've got your copy, do drop me a comment. I'd love to know what you think. And I look forward to seeing you here again this time next week, if not before. Take care.